Hey everybody, it's Tallara and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time we finished Chapter 9, the Warriors of Wrath, and what does that mean? Well, not only are we one step closer to hopefully finding the life hold and saving all of humanity, but perhaps most importantly, we've got something fun to do today. That's right, as soon as we finished Chapter 9, we got a pop-up that indicated we are now able to get a flight module for our skills. That's right, those giant mechanized robots that I've loved zooming around in, they're gonna get even better. We're gonna be able to get a flight module for our skill, which is perked over here, and, well, presumably, that's gonna allow us to fly around the world. I don't know if you can tell by the giddiness in my voice, but I am extremely excited at the prospect of a flight module. So let's go pick up the quest from Mission Control here. Flight module. Report to the client for briefing. They are waiting at the Outfitter's test hangar. So we'll pick that up, and now we head to the Outfitter's test hangar. You may notice as well that I've got a new outfit. I took your guys' advice and actually went in to the fashion gear section. There's a lot of times when I get new gear and I want to equip it, obviously, because it's good in terms of stats, but it looks a little weird or it obscures the character's face, so I actually went in and picked out what I thought was a pretty cool outfit. This is an outfit that me, Tallara, would wear, minus the kitty ears, perhaps, but I thought it was pretty cool, so you should see my character rocking the leather jacket, jeans, and kitty ears for the foreseeable future. For now, though, we need to head to the test hangar. I'm assuming, I just want to show it on the map. Yes, I thought that's where it was. The test hangar is all the way over in the industrial district on the west side of New LA, so we can just fast travel over there. And now, let's go check in. Oh my god, I had no idea that you could get a flight module for your skill, so I'm just beyond excited about all this right now. I assume we'll have to pass some sort of tests, just like we had to when we got our skill license in the first place, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get myself a skill license. Alright, here it is. A girl's wings.
So you made it. Why am I not surprised? Who else would have the stones to turn up for an experimental Skell test flight? Stones in your head, I mean. You and Doug are the only ones crazy enough to even try.
That's a horrible way to put it, Commander. I mean, sure, previous tests often involved engine explosions and lots of fire. And there was that one that went berserk and crashed itself into the sea. But that's all a perfectly natural part of the R&D process. Right?
Yeah, such things are an acceptable price to pay for science, and by science, I mean the ability to fly around a giant mech. Also, it's important to note, remember, I don't take fall damage. I don't know what sort of special vitamins and minerals I'm ingesting, but I can jump off the highest cliffs here in the world and not take any damage. So if anyone's going to sign up for a test flight that is maybe going to drop me down into the ocean or whatever the case may be, I think I'm up to the task.
Oh, she got you wrapped around her itty-bitty finger, don't she? Doug, too. For all his grousing, that boy just keeps coming back for more. I don't get it. Must be addicted to the rush, I suppose.
Commander, risking life and limb in the name of science is a noble cause and its own reward.
Yeah. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Lynn, why don't you walk him through it?
Right. I've been mulling over why all my flight pack designs keep blowing up. I think I've finally found the cause. Conventional skells just don't have the energy to provide enough lift. So I've taken a step back and redesigned a skell from scratch. The result is an integrated flight-capable skell system, or IFCSS for short.
Forget the stupid acronym. I financed this, and I say we're calling it a Skell Flight Module. Oh, and did I mention I also got the arms manufacturers on board to help out?
Really? Oh, you're the best, Commander.
Yeah, well, that ain't the hard part. We can't have any more failures, you hear me?
This time it's a sure thing, my friend. The two of us are taking part in development to make certain of that.
Isobe! Jajani!
Well, if the bigwigs at Sakuraba and CNC aren't worried, I guess I shouldn't be either.
Yes, although we do have a slight concern regarding a lack of materials, don't we?
How much concern we talking here?
Well, our final check turned up one significant problem.
As it stands now, our chances of success are maybe 10%, you know.
That ain't good. What if we fix this little problem?
99.9999999% success. Right, Jajani?
Yes, yes! Near perfect odds, aren't they?
Then the answer's clear. Sorry to surprise you with this, but can you go salvage the materials?
Yeah, I'll handle it. I mean, I'll bet on 99.99999% odds. That's as close to 100 as it can be. And again, I'm willing to take a risk for this team and fall out of the sky if it means I get to pilot my own mech through the sky. I'm a simple woman. I'm easy to please.
Awesome. I know you'll find them in no time.
All right then. Bring the materials back here once you round them all up. Lynn, you use this time for another final systems check. This is our last shot at it.
Understood, sir. I'm on it. I promise to get this big bucket of love into the Mirren skies before long.
Big bucket of love. Well, that's my new nickname for my Skell. So this is the Affinity mission, A Girl's Wings. The Skell flight module has failed in testing a few too many times. See if you can help it get through development. So we need to get an upgraded coil from Oxserves in Sylvalum, and we need to get a lightspeed jet fin from Eteragons in Oblivia. I've actually already got the lightspeed jet fin, which is awesome. So all we need to do is go out and get an upgraded coil. That completes the basic mission that we picked up, flight module. And now we will head out. It's pretty cool that a bunch of different weapon manufacturers are coming together to work in tandem on this project. This is really just something that everyone wants to see get off the ground. Literally. I don't think I'm the only one that's excited at the prospect of sailing through the skies of Mira. Now, let's see. So the item we need should be somewhere here. An upgraded coil from Oxserves in Sylvalum. And looking at the map, they should be just at the entrance to Sylvalum. So if we fast travel here to FN 403, there should be some right over here. We may as well hop in my Skell. Not sure how big the monsters we're fighting are going to be, but I'm actually going solo on this mission, so any extra help we can get will be fantastic. Here are the Oxserves. They're actually guarding the entrance to Sylvalum here, and they are quite large, so I'm definitely glad that I brought my Skell. Soon, hopefully this very Skell will be able to take to the skies. For now, though, we do land-based battles. I talked about it before. I mean, ever since I've gotten my own Skell, it's probably been one of my favorite parts about the entire game. Just the fact that you get to have mech battles, the fact that you get to explore the world in, you know, the raced car mode, you get around really fast. It's just been absolutely awesome, and it's something that makes Xenoblade Chronicles X stand out from the numbered entries in the series, is these sort of big mech-based battles. I absolutely love it. So if we can make this even better, take to the skies, it's going to be awesome. Speaking of Skells, these things are super strong. I think my Skell might blow up.
Continue.
Yes, it did. Alright, we've got to bail out of the Skell. Luckily, we do have insurance, so we can repair it later. What we're going to need to do, though, is take down these guys all on my own. I got one of them down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the other one down all by myself. I didn't realize that we'd be fighting such large enemies and it was only me here. I thought my Skell could sort of make up for the size difference. The other issue is this thing is so high up, I can't even hit it a lot of the time. We managed to take down one Oxserve. I wish I could just loot its body I don't know if I run away, if it'll give me the opportunity to just loot the one that I've taken down. I'm not sure if I'll even be able to get away from that other one. He might hunt me down. But it's worth a shot, because otherwise I'm sure to fail. My health is extremely low and that thing is following me. It honestly looks really scary when it's following me. Look at its little hands! Oh, I hate it so much! Leave me alone!
More enemies?
Ugh. I don't think we're gonna get out of this, which is unfortunate. Dang it! Okay, second time was the charm. I actually wasn't recording, unfortunately, but I did get the upgraded coil that we needed. So I made my way back here to the test hangar. And hopefully, if we give the crew these materials, that'll be everything that they need to get our Skell in the air. I'm not sure if that was a good rumble or a bad rumble, but judging by the smoke coming out of the Skell, I'm thinking bad rumble.
The hell did you do, Lynn?
I don't know. Just give me a second. Oh! I had the amp furnace circuit in backwards. I am so sorry. I can't believe I'd do something that dumb in the final check.
Oh, you're back. I take it you managed to gather the materials? As you can see, the test flight's gonna need to be postponed. Maybe canceled entirely. Sorry for the bad news after all your hard work.
No, wait! I'll handle the repairs and resolve the final issues myself. Commander, please. I need this to work. I need to make it happen. It's the last homework assignment I'll ever have. Please, sir, let me complete it.
I understand where you're coming from, Lynn. But it's not my call. That last slip-up has the Sakuraba guys spooked. The higher-ups aren't gonna be happy unless this thing can be mass-produced.
But all my work...
The apple really doesn't fall far from the tree. Don't worry about it, Vandam. I'll convince my people. I may just be a humble engineer, but I've given my life to Sakuraba. Let an old man cash in some of his favors.
Thank you, Isobe.
Well, that's one problem down. But this death trap still needs a pilot. After that little display before, I doubt anyone will be nuts enough to volunteer. You'd have to be real crazy.
I thought I made this clear before. I am here because I am ready to be crazy, and I am ready to volunteer to be this test pilot.
Thank you so much. I swear I'll make this thing work.
Now that that's settled, when can you have this bucket of bolts fixed?
I'll have it ready by tomorrow.
All right, you've got till morning. Past that, and I'll have to call it off for now. The higher-ups will want to take another long look and decide if this is still where they want to spend their money.
Understood. I won't let everyone's hard work go to waste. And I won't let down my brave test pilot either. I swear.
All right, Lynn's looking enthusiastic, and I have no doubt she'll have the thing repaired by morning. Speaking of enthusiastic, I've never seen a kid so enthusiastic about homework. She basically begged Mr. Muscles to let her finish her homework.
I did it! I swear it's totally safe and secure this time, Commander. We dreamed of a Skell that can fly through the air, And now it's finally here.
Looks that way to me. And trust me, I looked close. This thing should work. It better work. What do you say? Ready to put your life in the hands of this thing?
Hell yeah, I am. 2 thumbs up to that.
That's the spirit. Should be a hell of a view from up there. Assuming you get up there.
It'll fly, jeez. Do you trust me on this or not? Oh, come on! You're gonna go on a perfect test flight and show all these naysayers what's up.
Sounds good to me, Lynn.
All right, let's get this party started. Fly her to the specified point to start. It's a spot we haven't been able to reach before now.
The perfect landing point for our test flight.
I thought so. We'll be monitoring your progress from here. Good luck.
Oh, and whatever you do, don't damage the skill.
I think what you meant to say was come home safe.
Priorities, priorities. Look, I believe in the 99.99999% success rate that this thing has, and most importantly, I believe in my immunity to fall damage. I am ready to take to the skies. All right, this is our new skill. It honestly looks really cool. And then what do I do from here? Mid-jump. Whoa, no way. There it is. We're flying. Whoa, we don't have a lot of room in here. But it works. Wow, I wish you guys could see the huge smile on my face right now. I'm like a kid in a candy store. This is so fantastic. Okay, are they gonna open the door for me to get out? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I was wondering why they had such big doors, but it makes sense. They want the skills to go in and out. Okay, so they've got an objective marked that they want us to reach. Oops, wrong button. Still getting used to the buttons. So we've got to jump and then, yeah. Oh my god, this is so cool. Look at this. We can fly. Oh yeah, wow. New LA. You look so small. You know where I want to go first? I want to go to the very top of Blade Tower. Why? Because I can. I'm on top of the world! Wow, even the man on flagship looks small from up here. This is cool, and it's certainly going to open up the world to a lot of new expansion opportunities. Like, look, we could never get up on top of that rock formation before. With this flying skill, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Wow, the world is literally our oyster. The world was beautiful enough when we explored it on foot. Exploring it by air, it doesn't get much better than this. This is so, so cool. All right. Talon Rock Summit is our first objective. And yeah, this is certainly an area that we could not explore before. FN Site 110. Let's plant a probe right here. I feel like Neil Armstrong planting a flag on the moon at this point. That's so cool. And there you have it. That unlocks recon for those segments. Alright, looks like our first test flight was a success, that's for sure.
I gotta say, it looked pretty fun. How did it feel?
So cool.
Any problems? Just tell me everything down to the tiniest detail. I need it all.
I flew with no problems. In fact, it was, well, awesome. Cheer!
I felt like I was flying myself, and that's just from watching down here. You could go anywhere with that skill.
Well, in any case, you make it back to New LA in one piece, and we'll call this a success.
Just make sure to stay focused, okay? I know you'll make it home without a scratch.
Okay. So from here, we now need to go back and check in with Lynn and Vandam, but before we do, there's actually some alien wreckage that we can grab? Well, we could grab. I didn't notice there was a level 60 right there. Guess we won't grab that for right now. Instead, we will fly away. Can't think of any better way to escape battle than by literally taking to the skies. Bye-bye! Well, that ruined that exploration a little bit, but oh man, what a beautiful day. Alright, so we are heading back down now to the outfitter's hangar. All I want to do is just take my Skell and fly around the entire world, honestly. I don't even need a quest objective. Just give me the open sky and I am ready to go. Now, before we go anywhere, I think we actually heard a rumor that there was wreckage on top of the hangar. There is, yeah, so we're able to access it now that we have a flying Skell of our own. Well, let's grab that really quick. This came from the battle that New LA took place in a little while ago. Some of the alien wreckage actually crashed down on top of the hangar, but we were able to get it. Now, it's pretty easy to control. I'm sure it'll take some getting used to, but for the most part, it's fairly smooth and not too difficult to go up and down. Hey, I'm back!
Welcome back. That was one hell of a maiden flight. She passed the test. We'll get rolling on mass production ASAP.
Yes! This makes everything worth it. Sure, I put poor Doug through hell and wound up wasting some rare materials. But I had to do this. I had to make my dream a reality.
Why was this so important to you, Lynn?
You know, before they died, my parents began this as an independent research project. But they passed away before they could finish the design. That's how the flight pack got started. A device that can let any Skell fly still feels like science fiction. I can't imagine what possessed them to even attempt such a thing. But I knew I had to finish what they started. I felt like I'd never be a worthy engineer if I didn't. So, I called it my last homework assignment.
Those are some big shoes to fill. You can rest assured that your folks would be proud as hell. You know that, right? You did good, kid. You too. Thanks for all your support.
Don't worry, I'm gonna use the Skell flight module to protect everyone in New LA.
Damn straight. Once we get our people trained up on these, those ganglion are history. All right, enough jibber-jabber. It's time to get flying. With eyes in the sky, we'll track down that damn Lifehold core in no time.
Yeah, that's right. There you have it. Affinity mission, A Girl's Wings, complete. The lifetime of research begun by Lynn's parents has now been completed. Humanity's dream of taking to the skies in Skells can now finally be realized. A surprise from the commander. Vandom has some advice for us. Looks like the flight module project's finally off the ground. I owe you one, which is exactly why I took the liberty of modifying your Skells with the new flight tech. This project's been a personal dream of mine, so it's really the least I could do. So what you're saying is, I don't even have to buy a flight module. For participating in the tests, I get one for free, automatically installed into my Skell, which honestly seems like a fair deal. It says here, all of our Skells have now been fitted with flight modules enabling them to fly. Press ZR mid-jump to shift into flight mode, and press left stick to fly at high speed. So presumably that means all of the Skells equipped by my companions will also have flight modules, but let's see. So if I put Elma into my party, and I put Lynn into my party, and I put, who has the other skill? Is it Irina? Can't remember who else has a skill. I might actually need to, whoa. Oh my god, okay. No, everyone has a skill because they all decided to spawn on top of each other. That looks so hilarious. Okay, well, if you guys can actually find which Skell is yours. Let's take them out for a low flight, shall we? I believe I can fly. I'll stop singing now for the sake of your ears, but here we have it. Look at this. Girl Squad is in the air and we are flying. This is the coolest thing ever. I am beyond happy with this, and even though it is an absolutely miserable day in terms of weather, my spirits are high. We can now reach areas we never could have reached before thanks to our ability to fly, such as these high sort of rocky shelves. I want to just do essentially a lap of the area and see what we can find. I'm sure there's lots of like probes we can find and stuff. We've got some white whale debris right here that we can actually harvest. So I'm sure if we take the opportunity to just explore the area, we're going to find lots of really, really cool stuff. That's what I'm going to be doing right now, and honestly, probably for the next for the next while. So let's go on a little journey. I'm wondering, are there going to be cool areas we can sort of reach out in the water as well? If it wasn't raining, we'd have a lot more visibility to be able to see what and where we can access, but hey, sometimes you've got to deal with the hand that you've got. And the hand today is pouring rain. On the bright side, just from this simple flight, I've already found multiple things. We had the white whale debris up there. And here we've got even more white whale debris, which I will get in 1 second once I'm able to land. It's actually a little slippery, I think, from all this water. There we go. This will get us lots of experience and credits, and, you know, just, it's a lot of fun as well, which is maybe priority number 1. So let's go around the world. What do we have here? There's actually something here on the beach. Why can't I land here? Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. We've got a wrecked trailer. Nice. Well, the verdict is in, folks. Flying is awesome. I know, I'm sure you're surprised to hear that. But the music playing, the sights, the beautiful weather, look at this. I've never been happier. I'm an easy girl to please. Just allow me to take a giant robot into the sky, and I am a happy, happy one. Look at this. This is just, we got the girl squad following me. It's a beautiful day. The music is playing. We can see all of these different alien ruins. If you guys haven't had the opportunity to get your Skell into the air yet, please don't delay. Go get that flight module ASAP, because this is freaking awesome for so many reasons. It allows you to access a bunch of areas that you wouldn't be able to access normally, which is great. B, it just really opens up the world even more. It's one thing to be able to traverse the world on land. It's another thing to be able to actually go around by air. And then third of all, it's just the best feeling in the world to fly around. You really get an amazing overhead aerial view of the world. I feel like I see how everything connects together, maybe for the first time, or at least in the best way I've been able to. You can explore everything from the deep caverns to the rocky mountains. And of course, the game always delivers with its soundtrack, giving you an epic, epic way to explore this world. Anywho, I've literally just been flying around the world for the past little while. So I'll probably continue exploring a little bit, finding some more probes and treasures and whatnot, and then we'll get back to, you know, the real world and doing missions or whatnot, but I've got to get all this flying out of my system, okay? Okay, now that I've got all that flying out of my system, I want to tackle a few affinity missions. So down here, the residential district, there's a couple we can do. First up, starting with a Great Divide. The requirements are to be level 30, to complete Chapter 7, and to complete the bottoms-up affinity mission. We've done all of those things, so let's warp down to Ishmael Hills in Southern Residential District and get started on this next affinity mission. Parking my skills in the middle of the road because there doesn't seem to be any parking lots around here. Sorry to traffic. But here's our affinity mission, just here in the suburbs, next to this random house. A Great Divide. Let's get to it.
So... there's a mission I'd like your help with. It's from an outfitter team working on a new skell. I guess they found some strange... things during tests in Oblivia. They've asked us to investigate them and find out what they are.
Okay, could you tell me more about the, quote, things?
I know, I'm curious too. But I'm afraid we don't know anything specific at the moment. That's kind of the point, actually. This would normally be a curator kind of job, right? But I asked them to make an exception for me. I want to become a more well-rounded blade. Someone more like you or my brother, a man who can handle any mission. I feel like I've only just discovered what I want to be since I met you.
This is the first mention of a brother from Fog. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's someone that we know. Is your brother still alive?
Still alive? Oh, sorry. Did I give the impression that he was dead? No, he's very much alive. He works with the Interceptors.
Oh.
It's just... we're not close right now. But if I keep completing missions and building trust, I hope I can make him proud. Yes. Anyway, should we go?
Nothing to be ashamed of, Fog. Sometimes familial relationships ebb and flow. Regardless, I love Fog. He's always been such a sweet, kind boy, and I'm excited to go on another mission with him. So this mission's called A Great Divide. Fog seems keen to make amends with someone from his past. With that in mind, to go investigate the strange things that were found in Oblivia. We can do that, and then presumably Fog's gonna need to come into our party. Or not? Okay, maybe he'll just meet us there. That works too. We need to head over 7 kilometers to the northeast, so we're certainly going to fast travel there. Now, didn't he say it was in Oblivia? Oh yes, down here, sorry. On the south coast of Oblivia is where we're headed to see what these quote-unquote things are. I really have no idea what to expect. It could be treasure, it could be monsters, it could be anything in between. Fog didn't really expand on the details, but hey, at least we get some beach time. We got palm trees, we got sand, we got a beautiful evening, some alien ruins. Honestly, a pretty good destination. Alright, where is Fog? Those are alien machines. What the heck? Fog, where are you?
This is them.
Oh. This is what... these are the things.
I've definitely never seen one of these before. Right then.
They kind of look like alien snails, to be honest. Maybe you should be careful? You know, you're just gonna touch an unknown object?
I know. But if my brother were here, he wouldn't let that stop him.
Uh-oh. See, these were the dangers I was talking about. Looks like the things were just napping. And now we've got a bunch of Ox-Serve Yabars to fight. Alright. Now, these are the things that kind of kicked my butt earlier in the episode, when we were looking for the components to actually get our flight modules. The question is, where... I would have hopped in my, skill, but I don't actually see them here. Normally, they warp right with you. But they must be up the beach a little bit where we worked in exactly, because it would come in handy if I could fight in my mech right now. I think that's what we're gonna need, actually. I'm not sure that I can even take out that many Oxerve without mechs, even though I had a backup. Again, they're so big and they fly in the air, making it hard to land melee attacks. I really think I'm gonna need my skill here. There we go, okay. So our skills were perked further down the beach, so if everyone can just quickly hop in their skill, we'll try that again. The Oxerves are really getting the best of me today. It's a little embarrassing, to be honest. We need to get our revenge here, guys. Alright. 4 ladies in mechs versus 5 weird little robot things. I like our odds. Let's do it, Powerpuff Girls. Oh yeah, that was so much better. Alright, 1 down. When in doubt, just use your giant mech and you will even the odds. If you're losing in a battle, I feel for you, but I know how you can turn things around. Just assemble a girl squad with colorful mechs and you'll be A-okay. Alright, perfect. That's 2 down, 3 to go. Ouch. Oh no! Just when things were going well, of course, a level 48 Tyrant has decided to join the battle. What the heck? That's so rude. I thought we were gonna finish this with ease, and we would have if this guy didn't crash the battle. That's the perils about this world, right? At any time, some sort of insanely high-level monster may crash your party and ruin your day. And that's exactly what's happening here. I'm wondering, I was gonna say, I'm wondering maybe we can stay alive just to take down the rest of these Oxerves. I'm hoping they won't respawn if and when we inevitably die here. God, what even is this thing? Sylvester the Morning Light. Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. This is not gonna work, ladies.
I should heal up first.
Oh man. I hate you. Okay, without the Tyrant in the way, the battle was so much easier.
What strange organisms? I've never seen anything like them.
I mean, they could be some kind of new ganglion weapon. They kind of fit the aesthetic.
I don't know. I don't see much reason for them to lay a trap out here. No sense in idle speculation, I suppose. Let's bring one back and have the lab crew take a look. I'm sure my friend Solon will be able to help us out.
Alright, so from here, where are we going? Are we going all the way back to New LA? Looks like it, yeah. Okay, that was a quick excursion, and now we're heading back to the Mimiazome Maintenance Center. Alright, now that we're here, we can speak to Solon.
Hello, Solon. It's been a while.
Sorry, who are you?
Oof. Fog?
Ah, yes, of course. I remember because you have all the presents of your namesake.
But you didn't remember.
Right, well, apologies. Did you need me?
Yes. We were attacked by a strange organism in Oblivia.
Some new bioweapon from the ganglion?
We're not sure. We brought one back so you could take a look, if you don't mind.
Sounds dangerous. I love it. Let's go take a look. Well then, a cursory analysis rules out the bioweapon theory. It's not ganglion. Tech level is wrong.
Meaning...
No clue? Could be another indigenous Mirren species. You know, one that lives only in Oblivia?
I see.
Do you know about all those ruins over in that region? It's possible something in one of them could help provide us with answers.
Why do I get the feeling the rest of my day is going to be in ruins?
A reasonable assumption. Anyway, there are 3 likely sites, so you'll want to get on that.
Well, the thing is, it's not just your day that's going to be in ruins, Fog. I've decided I'm coming along with you on this investigation, so it's actually our day that's going to be in ruins. Okay. So, we need to find a massive ring fragment in Oblivia's Barber-Rich Desert, find a ruin fragment at the runes on the butt. I know that's not how you pronounce that word, but anyway, B-U-T-T-E. Acquire a North Coast Riddle Rock from Oblivia's North Coast. So there's actually 3 stops we have to make. First, we've got to go to FN Site 312, then to Ruins on the Butt. I'm just gonna call it Butt because it's funnier. And then we need to go up to FN Site 308. As we head to our first objective, I'm just thinking back, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys commented on a previous video where I was trying and failing to pronounce B-U-T-T-E, and I think you told me it rhymes with cute, so it's like butte. Maybe I'm misremembering. Regardless, I'm just gonna call it butt because it's funnier. But I do believe one of you guys helped me with that before, and I do appreciate it. Speaking of, thank you guys so much for following along on this Xenoblade Chronicles X journey so far. I love reading your guys' comments on all the videos. I know a lot of you guys have been playing the game as well, and it sounds like you're all having as much fun as I am, if not even more. So that's always good to hear, and yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. All the comments, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel, it really, really helps me out. And the thing I love doing more than anything in this world is playing video games and sharing my experiences with you guys. So the fact that you guys appreciate what I do and connect with these videos just means the world to me. So thank you very much. We've got a couple of prone here next to this area that we need to eliminate. Prone purgers, trained armored suids, basically prone attack dogs. But they're all down now, and now we can grab what it is we came for. Oh, I think I actually picked it up just almost by accident in the heat of battle there. Did not mean to disembark my Skell. I guess from here, we can actually just fly up to our next objective, which is fun. Although before we do that, I actually see something here we can investigate if we take out these prone purgers. We found so many treasures in the world today, and I love it. There's no better feeling than coming across a treasure or a secret or some sort of good loot. And we've been doing a lot of that today. Speaking of, right here we've got a wrecked trailer, which is the treasure we're going to grab, giving us 2,000 credits, 20 experience points, and a mining probe. Now, our next objective is about 1,000 meters over this way, but since we do have the flight module, it makes getting around so much easier. Over here looks to be another sort of a ganglion fortress, I believe. Now, due to the flight module, I might just be able to get in, get out kind of situation. Let's see. Yeah, I was able to get in and get out. However, in saying that, there is loot here. Are they just gonna let me grab it? They might, because of our level differential. There's a lot of big cute puffs here. But no, they're not gonna let me just grab it. Dang. I didn't even want to fight the cute puffs. It's okay, guys. We could have all just lived peaceful, happy lives. No one had to die. I just wanted the treasure, but alas. Apparently the puffs were very protective of their alien treasure. And now we have to take down the Prowler Ovis, which hurts my heart because they're so freaking adorable. They're also such a low level that they're not even, like, worth attacking. I don't think we're getting any sort of valuable experience points or anything here, but if the puffs want to fight, then a fight I will give the puffs. We are level 35. They are level 13. The things we do for treasure, I guess. I saw that alien treasure and I knew I couldn't just move on until we had grabbed it, so This is sort of a situation of my own making, but it's totally worth it in the end when we get that treasure, right? Alright, we got a couple of prone warriors who've decided to join the fight now. Get rid of them. I actually think they're outside of the castle. I wish I would stop pressing the wrong button. I'm always trying to fly and I accidentally disembark my skill, but yeah. He's actually outside. Not sure how he planned to shoot me through these stone walls, but regardless. Alright, there we go. We got all our loot, and now I get my treasure. I wish you could harvest treasure while you were inside your skull. That would make my life a lot easier. That's like the one thing that I can think of that would be an improvement on this game. For the most part, the game is great. I have no notes, but I really wish I could harvest loot while inside my skull. Regardless, I think after harvesting that loot, the rest of the prone saw me, so we'll make a expeditious escape. And the final thing that we're looking for is up here on the northern part of Oblivia. But lo and behold, what do I see here? Even more treasure! Pit stop, skull wreckage. Nice! Alright, back in we go, ladies. Fly! Fly! Ah, we're looking at these pillars. Okay, interesting. Right. North Coast Riddle Rock. There we go. So we're all done now. That was all of the mysterious items we had to pick up in the Oblivia region, meaning we can go back to the Mimiozone Maintenance Center, put our heads together, and see what all of this means. Alright, so who are we speaking to here? Solon. He's just moved over to the other side. Got it.
I received the data you sent from the ruins. I'll get started on it now. Sorry, but there's only one thing I can say for sure.
And that is?
It's not a ganglion weapon, or native to Mira. Oh, and it's not from Earth. That was 3 things, actually. Fog, you still with us? Yeah, I understand it's less than we hoped for, but still...
Brother.
Wait, is Solon your brother, Fog?
I think I'd remember a sibling this... colorful.
Fry Christoph is my older brother.
Oh.
It's a bit of a long story. Do you mind listening?
Hit me, Fog. Fry is the guy that we stayed out all night with drinking. We really liked Fry, too, so clearly we just like this family, both Fog and Fry. 2 very different people, but 2 people that I do really like. Regardless, I am all ears, both my human ears and my cat ears. Tell me your story, Fog.
Right. First, let me apologize for not telling you about this sooner. My brother and I had a huge fight back on Earth. The Christophs are a military family. Fry, our father, his father, his father. But I took after my late mother. I wanted to be an engineer. And though we were different, we were all still close. But that all changed when it came time to board the White Whale. My father was the only one of us who didn't get a spot. He stayed behind on Earth. Fry couldn't see how someone with his experience and rank could be denied. And he raised holy hell about it.
Why was your father not selected for the Earthlife colonization project?
I know, it seems strange, but... Anyway, Fry had it wrong. Still does, I assume. Unlike him, I accepted the truth immediately. I had no objection to leaving our father behind. Because that was his choice, you see, and I wanted to respect his wishes. He said an old man like him had no place taking someone else's spot. All his life, he'd sacrificed himself to keep others safe. This was no different, except that it meant we'd never meet again. But Fry wouldn't hear it. He refused to listen to me or Dad. He's been bitter and distant ever since.
Dang, that must have been really hard for you, Fogg.
Yes, it was. Thank you. I want us to be close again. I'm hoping that if I keep pushing myself as a blade, I can at least speak to Fry as a peer. Then maybe he'll finally listen. Anyway, I really appreciate your help in all this.
Okay, interesting. A great divide is complete. We successfully completed the mission and also learned that Fry is Fogg's brother. They aren't on the best terms currently, but hopefully can work it out. We learned the dual gun art Sky High. And with that affinity mission complete, our survey rate of Oblivia grows to 37.2%. The survey rate of the residential district also goes up as a result of us completing that mission. Well, it's always good to learn more about the characters that we're pairing up with. And now I'd like to do one more affinity mission before we call it a day here. So let's see, this one here should work. Soldier of the Harriers. Oh no, wait, I don't have the required affinity with Doug. Dang it, Doug, why don't you like me enough for me to do your affinity mission? Oh, man. Well, the next mission with Fogg and Fry is over here and also requires a higher affinity level. It seems to me that we're just going to have to gain affinity with a lot of these characters. So if that's the case, maybe we will switch gears. I won't do another affinity mission here. What I'll do instead is I'm going to put Fogg. Oh, you can't put Fogg and Fry both in your party at the same time. That's how much they hate each other? Wow, okay. Well, we'll put Fogg in our party, we'll put Doug in our party, and then we'll also put someone else who's got low affinity, like Gwyn, in our party, just to work up some affinities. And then rather than do an affinity mission, we'll instead do a side mission here, like this one right next to us, called Attack on Biano Hills. Should work. Let's see what that's all about. There's someone over here named Lara Nara. He's got a mission for us. Hey there, how's work? Sorry to bug you when you're busy, but do you think you could help me out with a teensy favor? It's actually a really juicy offer. It has to do with you, me, and my man Clemens here. Okay, sure, I'll hear you out. I thought you might be interested. Hard to resist a pretty face like Clemens, after all. You wouldn't believe what we got up to when we first met. Wait, why are you rolling your eyes? You're not even a little bit curious? Sheesh. How you're not curious about a catch like me is simply mystifying. Well, there's no accounting for taste, I suppose. Anyway, the little job I mentioned actually comes from Clemens. And since he found the intel, I'll let him do the briefing. Hey there. Like he said, the name's Clemens, so you know the Ganglion Fortress north of the city. I've got witnesses saying they've recently installed some brand new weapon there. But the fact they're doing so in secret instead of making it a show of force is worrisome. That means it's not just a deterrent. They're planning to use it, likely when they think we'll least expect it. The good news is that they don't know we have this intel yet. So we need to launch our own surprise attack before they launch theirs, and now is our best chance. If we're lucky, we might take down their new weapon and the whole fortress to boot. But that's only if we act fast, which is why we need your help. See? Totally legit business offer. We've already sent in an advance team. They should be working on suppressing the Holt's defenses now. You would be playing escort to a science team we're sending in to analyze whatever this weapon of theirs is. Ha, there, see? Easy as pie. So, get all your little duckies in a row because you're shipping out ASAP. I'm not sure if I would describe this as a easy as pie mission, however, I can't deny its importance. If the ganglion in a fortress nearby have a weapon that they're going to be turning on us at some point, we definitely need to get there first, figure out what it is, and maybe disable it. So, this normal mission is called Attack on Biano Hills. We've been tasked with escorting a weapons research study group. We need to head to Primordia's Biano Hills and talk to someone named Yusuf. What? Wait, say again? Hold on, is that confirmed? Oh my gosh, that is awful. Situation's changed, kiddos. Our advanced team ran into more resistance than we expected and got pretty much, wiped out. The science team is officially cancelled. Now I want you to go in there and get whatever's left of the advanced team out, pronto. I know this little job's taken a real turn for the grim, but you're still in, right? Clemens and I need to focus on information gathering, so you get out there as soon as you can. We're counting on you. Ta-ta! Wow, that escalated and changed quickly, so it went from a recon mission to a rescue mission. So much for escorting the science team. We've got to go see if we can save the poor advanced team. You ready, boys? We're shipping out. Thankfully, using my new flight module, we're able to get up to where the rescue team was last seen pretty quickly. And while we're here, Biano Hills, we can see what might have happened to them. There is a bunch of ganglion here and a bunch of just random monsters as well. Now, I see Yusuf right here. Are you okay? Looks like everyone else might be dead. Thank you. I'd honestly given up hope. I can tell you none of us went into this thing lightly, but it didn't matter. They knew we were coming, had a reception party all lined up and waiting. I don't get it. We were told they didn't know about the intel Clemens got, and yet, I hate to even consider it, but that leak might have been part of their plan from the beginning. Still, there's no way Clemens would fall for shady info like that. Of all the Blades I know, not him. Guess there's no point worrying about it here. I'm afraid I'm the only one left now. The mission's a total failure. We need to extract out to New LA right now. Planning our next move comes after. You go on ahead. I'm pretty shook up, but I can make it back on my own. Okay, so that's all I had to do was just come check in with him? You don't need any help?
Crap, looks like they saw us.
Well, before we go anywhere, it does indeed look like this thing saw us, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of fighting before we go. The Viridian Salt Hat, which is this big bird trumpet monster. It's a very interesting mix of things. It's not gonna let us out without a fight, but that's okay. The boys don't have mechs because they're all currently equipped to the girl squad, but that's okay. I'm compensating. I'm in the mech, which actually gives the boys a defense bonus. And luckily we've, you know, got the level advantage against these guys anyway.
Attack at range and let's clean up.
I won't miss this shot.
Starfall flame.
Okay, now another one wants to fight us. The best part is this one's actually on the other side of this cliff, so how he sees us or is attacking us, very unclear. I think he was just clipping through the cliff there, trying to get us. Honestly, if anything, I have to commend him for his efforts. He really, really wanted to attack us.
Power dive.
Alright, I'm gonna take these birdos out, and then we will get back to New LA. Okay, back in New LA, we need to check in with Lara Nara, who's up here at the base of Blade Tower. I don't see Clemens with him. Welcome back, heroine. Nice work out there. That blade you saved beat you back here. It tears me up that he's the only one who made it home, but at least he's doing well. As for the operation at the North Fortress, it seems we all got played for saps. Clemens sold us out to the Ganglion. His fake intel sent our advanced team straight into an ambush. He's being questioned by his CO as we speak, and yes, those are total air quotes. I never would have taken Clemens for a traitor. Was that Suriella just now? You know her, right? New LA's own town helper? Helping people out is sort of her, well, hobby. And since we can always use the help, we give her plenty of opportunities. Kind of feels like we're taking advantage of her sometimes, but she doesn't seem to mind. Wonder what's got her in such a hurry, though. Did you see anybody pass by here? Uh-huh. Suriella tore through like a bat out of heck. Oh, look, she's right behind you. That is so weird. I must not have seen you when you doubled back. I didn't double back. The person you saw wasn't me. It's some alien posing as me. What? Wait, what? That mess at the Ganglion Fortress with the fake intel was them too. It's a Definian. They can change shape. I was interrogating Clemens. Well, I thought I was interrogating Clemens, but then that Definian showed her true form. Now she's posing as Suriella and trying to get away. So the Clemens that betrayed us was a fake? You got it. New LA's under lockdown right now. We've got blades and skells at all the exits. It's physically impossible for her to get out through that. So now it's our job to find her, and honestly, we could use some help. A shapeshifter, huh? Talk about a pain in the glutes. If there's anything I can do to help, please tell me. You can stay put right here, honey. But... girl, that thing is impersonating you. If you go wandering around, you'll only be in the way. So leave this one to us, okay? We've got this. Alright, we've got a Definian to catch. We know that Sneaky Snake is somewhere in the city, and that she was last seen looking like Suriella. I'll start out in the administrative district. You take a look in the commercial district. Wow, this is a turn of events. I mean, it's a good thing that apparently Clemens isn't a traitor, but crazy to think there is yet another alien species that we've not met before, a shape-shifting species that has actually been impersonating one of our own, and in doing so, spreading false information around and causing us to go out and hurt ourselves on missions. That is insanely dangerous. I'm excited. I know they're evil, but I'm still excited for us to meet another new alien species. That's been one of the highlights of the game, is encountering all these different Xenos, friendly or otherwise. And, I mean, finding this one and putting a stop to their ways is certainly going to help out the citizens of New LA. So, I exercised my right to jump off tall buildings due to lack of fall damage. And now we're heading over to the commercial district. Hopefully someone has seen our target. It looks like the quest objective is essentially just giving us a search marker. So we still need to look within this circle. Aha, Clemens. Is that the real Clemens or the fake Clemens? Oh, are you the blade that Lara hired to help? Whoa, hold on. I'm the real Clemens, not the Definian with the bum intel. I didn't even realize I'd been impersonated. I was out of the city on a mission. I get back and all of a sudden I'm in some weird nightmare. And now that thing's impersonating Suriella. Well, I haven't seen her around here, so maybe you should try searching a different area. Wait, before you go, I just heard somebody say they saw a body in the industrial district. Could be related to this case. Lara said he was on his way there now. Maybe it's worth meeting up with him. You might just learn something new. Later. I don't know why, but I can't shake this weird feeling I have that that was not the real Clemens. I don't know. I don't know how we would have gotten him to prove his identity. It's not like I know Clemens super well at baseline. Maybe we could have asked him to show some identification or something, but I don't know. I got a weird feeling about this. Regardless, we're now running off to the industrial district. The thing is if this alien can turn into anyone at any time, how are we ever going to catch them? Well, one thing at a time, I guess. First, we're going back in behind these shipping containers. And here's Lara Nara, a bunch of other people, and that does look like a body. Tallara, why are you here? Oh, well, doesn't matter. Take a look at this body. It's Clemens. The real Clemens. Poor guy. I knew it! Always trust your gut. The Clemens we just saw was not the real Clemens. The real Clemens is dead? I'd say time of death was about a week ago. Killed by the same Definian who set up the ambush is my guess. Oh no. Well, how's the search for the Definian going? Still at large, I'm afraid. But we've got every gate locked down completely. Rank and file resident or leader of the Blades, you're not getting through. She's in here somewhere. Yes? You're still staring at me all funny. Are you coming to a realization here or what? Look, even if you're not sure yet, let's hear it. I definitely saw the suspect. What? Where? Why didn't you stop her? Because she's not her anymore. Wait, you talked to Clemens just now? It has to have been that nasty Definian. She knew you hadn't seen this body yet, so she turned back into Clemens to fool you. Ugh, this is so infuriating. We're gonna find her. Him. Whatever. And then we're going to... Oops, 1 second. Emergency message. Huh? What the heck is this? Sorelia and Clemens are fighting outside the city. That Clemens has to be our perp. I'll head out as soon as I can gear up, but you go on ahead. They're at the little island west of the city. Wow, this is getting messy, to be honest with you. Poor Clemens is dead in a back alley and has been lying here for a week. I can only imagine what state his corpse is in. And then we are asked to head out here to a tiny island. Now the issue with that is how do we get to the island? I think what I'm going to do is fast travel to FN Site 107. In doing so, my Skell should fast travel with me. Then we can hop in, use the flight module to fly out to the island. It is a real rainy day. Good day to solve a murder, I guess. The mood has really been set. How did they even get out here? This is such a random spot for a confrontation. Your methods are soft. You risk destroying the bond of trust we've built up over long years of work. The Ganglion have faith in Definian spies above all others for a reason. I will not let you compromise that. But that is myopic. My methods are sound. There is intelligence that cannot be acquired save by blending in with humankind, earning their trust and understanding their ways. Is that not the ideal to which any spy should aspire? I have simply been putting it into practice. And in the process, you've grown attached to them. What? You've immersed yourself in their society for too long. It has tainted you. To be entrusted with a mission as grand as infiltrating or destroying the human stronghold from the inside. Any Definian would be thrilled to earn such trust. And then you betray us like this? I haven't... Then why do you struggle for words? If you hold no love for humans and remain loyal to the Ganglion, why do you not deny these claims outright? Huh, you have no response because there isn't one. I take your silence as confirmation of your betrayal. Whoa, that's their real form. Also, interesting to know, apparently there were 2 spies. You are relieved of your mission to destroy humanity. I will take over from this point. Tiara, wait! Don't worry, dear Aereo. I am not without mercy. I will allow you to die as a Definian, to rest eternal in your true form. Ugh! Well, in good time at any rate. But before we can resolve our differences, it seems we have an interruption to deal with. It appears that your beloved humans have finally pieced it all together. So, I will deal with you just as soon as we've buried this fool. Alright, 4-on-1. I like our odds, especially because I brought a Skell to the party. This is very, very cool. Again, we get to meet a new Xeno race. At this point, we've met so many different Xenos. It's pretty cool to see all of their different designs. These ones, though, are crafty. They are the perfect spies, able to replicate the bodies of others. And there were 2 of them infiltrating New LA. I take it you heard everything. It's true. I am a Definian spy sent by the Ganglion to infiltrate your city. In the chaos following New LA's landing here, a woman named Suriella died, and I took her place. So there's been no Suriella all along? It's always been her. Wow. Ever since I've been living as a human. In other words, the human you have known as Suriella since the founding of New LA has been me. I've kept the same identity all this time, save for one brief exception. The Clemens you met in the commercial district, that was also me. I did it to alert you that the Clemens who deceived you was a fake. And also to buy time to confront Tallara, who had been posing as Clemens. I needed you to find the real Clemens' body. As to why I did it, it's as you heard Tallara say. Over the course of my life with your kind, I began to feel joy for the first time since my life began. To put it as a human might, color came into my life. It was exhilarating. But as a result, I started to have doubts about my mission for the Ganglion and began to entertain serious thoughts of desertion. However, I know none of that excuses what I've done. I was a Ganglion spy. This cannot be denied. But at least allow me to face my punishment honestly, as a human might. I mean, I can't deny you that. The question here is, do we punish her as a criminal or do we forgive her? It seems like she's truly remorseful for her actions. It seems like she truly didn't want anyone to get hurt. And at this point, it seems like she's happier living amongst the humans than she ever was living amongst the Ganglion. Maybe I'm being too naive, but I'm willing to forgive her and give her a second chance. Ridiculous. You would simply let me walk away. You are cruel. You must know I have nowhere to go now. And that's enough of a pity party, darling. I hate to just jump in after you two have hashed things out, but I'm pretty much going to. If you don't mind, I'll take care of things with our little Definian friend. And don't go thinking I'm just a sucker for a sob story. We don't know anywhere near enough about the Definians, and this one's going to help us fix that. As for what happens to her after that, I'll have to have a long chat with Commander Vandam. I assume you have no complaints with that, hmm? Not that it matters. Done then, so I'll be taking things from here. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate all you did. You can be sure I'll give you a ringing endorsement to the higher-ups in my report. And don't worry about this one. I won't let them go too hard on her. Think you can trust me on this? Thanks, hot stuff. Oh, maybe next time we can meet up for something a little more casual. Dinner, maybe? Put it on your calendar. Wow. In an unexpected turn of events, Suriella turned out to be a disguised Definian spy and was arrested. Attack on Biano Hills is complete. And for just a random side mission that I picked up because I wanted to build affinity with my friends, that was an epic mission. We met a brand new Xeno species. Basically tracked down one spy, found two, and in the process made a new friend. Wow, that was really, really cool. Alright guys, well this was another action-packed episode. When it comes to Xenoblade Chronicles X, the action never stops, it seems. It seems like there's always something cool going on. And you know what that means, right? There's more cool stuff to come in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back here soon as we continue our journey.